a nursing college in Toronto. Excited than Josh was.
Look the other way, Amber!
I know, that's exactly what he's thinking.
Yeah.
Dustin!
something with you. I have a son and a daughter who are at the same age and stage as some of you here today. I recently irked them by telling them that my husband and I are moving from our quiet, suburban home to an exciting life in downtown Toronto. Why, they asked, did we do that after they had left home? Now, I'm about to do the same thing to you. I'm going to tell you about exciting things that are going to happen at the school after you've graduated. I have a reason. We're going to be developing even more exciting and challenging programs to meet the needs of industry, such as an advanced pastry program and one in the wines and beverages area, plus more nutrition programming and expanded international field placements. We're going to implement a major recipe renewal investment in our core culinary programs, over $500,000 in faculty and food to make sure students have an exciting food experience. We're going to continue to build partnerships with the country's leading chefs and grow our expertise in research, in innovative food, and recipe and nutrition development. We're going to continue to feed this city, this country, and the world with graduates who are ahead of the crowd, who bring passion to the table and to the customer experience. I'm telling you about these upcoming investments and changes because the George Brown Chef School will be an even more important brand in culinary education in the years to come. We are already a leader in delivering chef, culinary, and nutrition graduates with excellent cooking skills and the ability to leverage on new trends. We already have the best urban location in the heart of this dynamic city, which is a destination for ingredients and techniques from around the world. We will continue to build our brand, which will have a positive impact on your brand. Did you know you have a brand? I believe strongly in seeing oneself as a brand. Brand is just a message that captures the important characteristics of something. A brand tells people that those characteristics will be delivered consistently. When I say Starbucks, you know what the experience will be, what their brand is. And when I say craft dinner, you know what the experience will be. As you go out into the workforce, think about your brand. Are you passionate about local sourcing? Stay true to that and develop your knowledge and connections in that area. That can be your brand. Are you fascinated by the world outside of Canada? Be knowledgeable about food in the world. Go work at hotels around the world. That can be your brand. Are you an expert in reading customers and sensing what kind of service they want? Develop those skills. Position yourself where you can demonstrate such skills. That can be your brand. Brand is simply a short story, a message that captures who you really are. And you will always be successful if you stay true to who you really are. And we will stay true to who we are. As alumni, you can count on the fact that you can be proud of us and come back to us for more learning, for great employees, for great partnerships. You have a great foundation in the culinary world. Now go out and do great things. It's now my pleasure to introduce you to a man whose own brand, as a distinctive leader, a creative restaurateur, a vital community member, and an entrepreneur, have made him renowned in Canada. He's also a valued friend of the college and our students. Peter Oliver is the co-owner of Oliver One Cheese, recognized as one of Canada's leading fine dining restaurant companies operating 12 unique and innovative restaurants in Ontario. Peter Oliver and his business partner, Chef Michael Bonaccini, were ranked 26th in Toronto Life's 50 most influential people last December. Now that's a brand. Oliver and Bonaccini credit its success to developing a strong corporate culture, where excellence of food quality and service are valued above all else. Their operations include a la carte dining, quick service, catering, group dining, and special events. They operate unique concept restaurants and a mid-range casual dining concept in Toronto, in Blue Mountain, and in Oakville. Oliver and Bonaccini Events manages large-scale event facilities, including the City Ballroom at the Toronto Board of Trade, Malaparte at Tiffbell Lightbox, Acadia Court, and Windermere House on Lake Rockland in Scotland. But in addition, Peter is the founder and chief fundraiser of the Stephen Leacock Foundation, a very successful children's charity. See, Peter's passion extends beyond building an incredibly successful restaurant culture. And he's instilled that integrity and dedication into every aspect of his life. Over the past 10 years, Stephen Leacock Foundation has raised $6.5 million for children's causes and has constructed 3 schools in underprivileged South Africa. It's an amazing accomplishment. Peter's fundraising escapades have included rappelling down the outside of the King Edward Hotel and living on the top of a flagpole for a week. I don't know if he'll share that story with us, but you should know that about Peter. Peter Oliver is not only a restaurateur and fundraising superstar, he is the consummate entrepreneur. The hospitality and tourism industry continues to learn from Peter's vision and innovative approach to customer service and staff training. Just one of the reasons Oliver and Bonaccini is listed in the top 100 Canadian employers in Canada and the top 50 in the GTA, in case you were looking for work. I'm delighted to share with you that Peter will be receiving an honorary Bachelor of Applied Business and Hospitality Operations Management at the convocation ceremony this afternoon. In the meantime, please join me in welcoming Peter Oliver to the podium.
Good morning. Thank you, Lorraine. It is very kind of you to exaggerate my introduction in front of so many people. Madame Chancellor, Madame President, members of the Platform Party, graduates, George Brown faculty, ladies and gentlemen, I cannot adequately express my gratitude for the honor you have bestowed upon me today. I myself was not the most successful academic student, and so my parents would be enormously proud of me if they were alive and here today. Frankly, I was not particularly good at any subject, but I was really pathetic at math. I always believed that there were 3 kinds of math students: those who could count and those who couldn't. Thank you, George Brown, for this wonderful honor. At Oliver and Bonaccini, we treasure the relationship we have with George Brown, and may it continue forever. Madam President, there are many faculties at George Brown, and we know that you have to pretend that they are equally important. But we also know that this is your favorite. Don't we? To the proud parents, your sons and daughters have made an excellent career choice, because the food and hospitality industry is on fire, fueled as it is by passion. And you can never go wrong with passion in your life. Culinary and hospitality skills are transferable around the world, and people always have to eat. To the students, congratulations on reaching this important milestone. Well done to each one of you. I envy the position that you're in today and would gladly trade places with you. You have your whole life ahead of you. The question is, what will you do with it? The challenge for all of us is how we make the most of the life we have, the opportunity we have. Each of you has enormous potential within you. But potential is only that, unless you can discover the secret code to access that potential and to turn it into achievement and a fulfilled life. The reality is some of you will crack the code and live up to your potential, and some of you won't. The answers to achieving your potential, to a successful life, are in fact surprisingly simple, but they now rest with you. Going forward, you are responsible for your own success. Successes in business and in life have the discipline to do the things the failures are unwilling to do. These guys do things that these guys are not willing to do. So here is my simple Convocation Day advice. 1, you need a personal vision or dream story of what you want to be. About 20 years ago, I received a phone call from a guy, and he said, I'm a friend of one of your best customers, and I'd like to come and talk to you for an hour about something that I think you'll benefit from. So I said to him, look, I'm busy, I'll give you 15 minutes. So he came in and he said, look, I realize we've only got 15 minutes. Here's a blank piece of paper. You spend the first 8 minutes and you write down everything you've ever wanted in life. It doesn't matter how crazy it is. If you want to become a helicopter pilot, write it down. If you want to learn to speak Armenian, write it down. If you want to run a marathon, write it down. So I started writing down, and I got quite motivated by thinking of all the things. And at the end of 8 minutes, he said, okay, that's it. It's 8 minutes are up. Now have a look at that list and tell me how much of your time are you spending on getting those things on the list. And in reality, it was less than 15 minutes, 15%. And so he said to you, what's the point of your life if when you have the chance to write down what you really want, you're spending less than 15% to try to get it? And I was impressed by that. He said, look, if I could help you get the things on the list, would that be worth something to you? And I said, yes. And he said, would it be worth $2,600? And I said, yes. And that's how I started doing goal setting. Now, writing down your personal dream story will help you to direct your own life, as opposed to letting outside circumstances determine your life for you. Number 2, you will be successful if you adopt a no excuses attitude to life. I went to boarding school first at age 7, and it was tough, but being there, especially in my teens, I found myself, and I learned certain intrinsic lessons of life. At a boarding school, we were divided into houses, and I was in Graham House, and the housemaster was a Major Delisle. Major Delisle walked like that, and very stiff back, and apparently it was because he had walked for 13 miles with a bayonet in his back in northern Italy during the Second World War. If you were caught doing something wrong, you were sent to see Major Delisle. And for example, if you were late for maths class, Mr. Lucas, the math teacher, would send a note to Major Delisle saying Oliver was late for math class. At breakfast the next morning, Major Delisle would say, I'd like to see the following boys, Smith, Jones, Oliver, in my office. And you went into Major Delisle's office, you stood at attention, and he said to you, Mr. Lucas says you were late for math class. Guilty or not guilty? And if you said guilty, sir, he'd say, right, 3 it'll be. And in those days there was caning. And so you bend over and he'd give you 3. If you said, not guilty, sir, he'd say, right, 4 it will be. He wasn't interested in excuses. And so I grew up, and he felt that if you were late, you should have thought about it ahead of time. Making excuses for non-performance, either to yourself or to other people, is like a sickness which weakens you and holds you back from being all you can be. If you adopt a no excuses attitude, you will push yourself harder because you will not look to someone or something to blame for your setbacks. 3, to be successful, you must continually sharpen your saw. Imagine 2 lumberjacks in a tree cutting contest to see who can cut down the most trees in an hour. Each is given a saw. One takes his saw and goes at it. The other sits down for 10 minutes and sharpens his saw. Once the second lumberjack starts cutting with the sharp saw, he quickly overtakes his rival. Similarly, at the start of your career, your priority must be to sharpen your saw, to learn, learn, learn. You must be obsessed with making yourself more skilled, more knowledgeable, more experienced, and more valuable. Don't necessarily take the job which pays the most. Take the job where you learn the most. Work part-time for free if need be, if it makes you sharper. You will overtake the other guys. Sharpening the saw also applies to your physical body. Be physically fit. Eat healthy food. Get proper sleep. Switch off the TV and read a book. Challenge yourself mentally to keep sharp. If you think of it, your body is your closest lifelong partner. 4, you must take chances and not be afraid to make mistakes. All of us are terrified of the humiliation of making mistakes, but thinking like that holds you back. Making mistakes is a prerequisite to learning, growing, and moving forward. Thomas Edison, who eventually succeeded in developing the light bulb, performed tens of thousands of experiments which failed. When someone asked him if he was ever discouraged or felt like a failure, he replied, "Not at all. I have successfully found 10,000 ways which don't work." I myself have made so many mistakes over the years, too many to count. Some failure in life is inevitable. It is impossible to live without failing at something, unless you live so cautiously that you might as well not have lived at all, in which case you fail by default. 5, you cannot succeed without hard work and focus. Business today is more competitive than it has ever been. To really progress in your career, you will have to be on your game. This means being switched on all the time, every day, with 100% of your brain cells devoted to your job. Facebook, Twitter, games, these are all distractions which take your mental energy away from achieving your personal vision, from those things you have said you want. Do you think that the people who brought you Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Angry Birds, or Snapchat were thinking about helping your career, or for you to succeed in life and be able to provide for your family? No. They want you hooked, like on tobacco, or like sheep, so they can sell their company to Google for billions. Don't be used and manipulated. Don't allow your time and energy to be frittered away on things that won't achieve your dream story. When I started my career, I worked very hard, 16, 17, 18 hours a day. With my first bakery, I remember on Friday nights, I would often go to bed at 10 o'clock at night, and I would set my alarm for 1 o'clock in the morning, 3 hours sleep. But today, looking back, I feel that hard work paid off. It was worth it. Confucius said, "The man who chases 2 rabbits catches neither." 6, and finally, give back more than you take out. To some extent, we are all guilty of taking for granted how privileged we are to live in Canada. The global financial crisis has brought into focus that the health of every country is the sum of its citizens' contributions. I encourage you to make it a point of honor that in return for the education and foundation for life that you have received, and which we celebrate today, you will commit to doing your best to put into Canada more than you take out. All of us want a fulfilled life, a distinctive life, a relevant life. There is nothing that can contribute more to this goal than helping others and by doing more than your share. To sum up, if you want to succeed, you must be prepared to do the things the failures are unwilling to do. Have the discipline to write your personal dream story and hold yourself accountable. Don't make excuses. Sharpen your sword. Your personal skill set and your mental and physical energy will be your strongest assets in life. Take chances and yes, make mistakes. This will make you stronger. Work harder and be more focused than your peers. Lastly and most importantly, give back. To live a fulfilled life, you will have to be brave enough to stand apart from others. The man who follows the crowd will usually get no further than the crowd. The man who walks alone is likely to find himself in places no one has ever been before. Creativity in living is not without its difficulties, for peculiarity breeds contempt. And the unfortunate thing about being ahead of your time is that when people finally realize you were right, they'll say it was obvious all along. You have two choices in life. You can dissolve into the mainstream, or you can be distinct. To be distinct, you must be different. To be different, you must strive to be what no one else but you can be. You only have one life. It's up to you. Good luck, and welcome to the hospitality industry.
Who graduated from the Business Administration Accounting program in the School of Financial Services in the Center of Business. Melanie received her award at her convocation ceremony on Wednesday, June 12th. She deserves it. We would also like to recognize the recipient of the Board of Governors Medal. The Board of Governors Medal was established in 2007 when the first degree program graduated from George Brown College. The medal is awarded to a full-time student in a degree program of at least 4 years in duration and is awarded for academic excellence to the student with the highest cumulative grade point average. This year, the recipient of the Board of Governors Medal is Irvin G. Ford-Sia, who is graduating from the Bachelor of Applied Business Hospitality Operations Management program in the School of Hospitality and Tourism Management in the Center for Hospitality and Culinary Arts. Irvin will receive his award at his convocation this afternoon. This morning, we are proud to honor a graduate from the Center for Hospitality and Culinary Arts with a Dean's Award to recognize both their high academic achievement over all semesters with the Center and their contributions to the college community. I would like to call on Dean Lorraine Trotter to come forward to present the award from the Center for Hospitality and Culinary Arts. This year, the recipient of the Dean's Award for the Center for Hospitality and Culinary Arts is Carrie Levine. Carrie, of the Culinary Management Program in the George Brown Chef School. Carrie, please come forward to accept your award. Chung is graduating from the Culinary Management Program in the George Brown Chef School. Manuel, please come forward and address the graduating class of 2013.
An ocean of blue roads in town lay before me. It's so beautiful. Madam Chancellor, Madam President, members of the Platform Party, all my fellow graduates, George Brown faculty and staff, ladies and gentlemen, loving friends and loving families, I bid you all a good morning on this fabulous day, Thursday, June 13, 2013. It is my greatest pleasure and honor to celebrate this momentous occasion with everyone here on our graduation day. To begin, I need to thank Chef Christine, she who can juggle 7 things at the same time while still being able to help you with your life issues, Walker, for asking me to be valedictorian for the convocation of graduates from the George Brown Chef School. I am not the only graduate here who will remember you for life. You are a cool, cool teacher. Both while she's flipping a pen and cast magic spells. And if you don't have a tie on, she'd go abadacadabra or something. It was an awesome ride from start to finish, and I don't mind telling you. I started January 2012, culinary management, and I expected harsh travels through the 1-year, 4-month journey with 5 weeks in total of time off from school or some ridiculous number like that. But that journey seemed easier, having inspired strong people as classmates. We became friends as time passed. We became allies as more challenges came to face us together. And as we got to know the rest of the students, like the integrated and the bakers, we got to try out perspective on new things, right? We came in strong, we left strong, we had a brotherhood and a sisterhood. For the many group projects where we went to distant restaurants together to critique them, to the fanciful experience of the Marriage of Food and Wine Gala where we showcased exquisite items like our very own double smoked bacon-wrapped roast kombucha squash with maple glaze, and the blended cheese and pepper strawberry shortbread tart. We can be thankful for the histories, for the many, many delicious histories. The many distant and not too distant eateries within Kensington and St. Lawrence Market, shopping for new tools between shops across Toronto like Tap Fong, Dinette, and Nella, having beers at Betty's, to breaking bread with your college friends in style practically anywhere in Toronto because you had a 2-hour lunch break together. This semester, we can be thankful. We had a good time together? No. We had an awesome time together.
Alright.
Like Dale Neverwinter Padley and the Dean's Rec team led by Adam, the Godfather Lawrence. We give thanks. You allowed us the ability to give our time to others, and you showed us true courtesy and kindness. Hip hip!
Right.
You guys know Dale, right? Let's give another cheer for Dale. Hip hip! The people we've come to know and love, who as classmates became our brothers and our sisters, we are very thankful. There's a whole list of names I could tell you now whose inspired skills make me happy and confident that the culinary future is a surprising and awesome tale, yet to be written full of twists and crazy ideas. We all have this list. This list of beloved friends who through thick and thin came through for you and now sits right beside you in rows. A proud ally through this awesome journey, a fellow conqueror of the faith. Hip hip! For the many cool teachers, experience, like the precise Chef Woods, Master Butcher Chef Betteridge and Chef Langley, Big Brother Chef Whitman, meticulous Chef Patashnik, Chef Russell, Chef Maurer, to name only a few from an excellent group of genuine educators who we are totally thankful for. We give praise. We had a good time being taught by you awesome teachers. We had a brotherhood and a sisterhood, and you gave us our education and our professional conscience. Hip hip! But it doesn't end here, brothers and sisters. We are folks for life, right? We went through the ritual of fire together, and through that fire were we born together. Within the next 10 years, you will find a great number of our fellow graduates here, heading the newspapers, cornering new and revised culinary strategies, painting the landscape with the same inspiration I've experienced during my time here with them, making history together. You guys are all awesome, a very inspired crowd. We have a lot of people in this graduating class who care about things and care about others, people who care about quality, people who care about dreams. Stay inspired and stay true to this magical craft. In the words of Harriet Van Horn, cooking is like love. It should be entered into with abandon or not at all. Mama, Papa, and my family here with me, I could not have done it without you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Congratulations to everyone once more. Live life and love living. Stay true to yourself and stay awesome. We did it.
Way to go. That guy was so good, eh?
Thank you, Manuel.
Madam Chancellor, Madam President, I have the honor of presenting to you the 2013 graduates for their credentials from the Culinary Skills Chef Training Program. Rebecca Astafa, with honors. Jeremy Austin, with honors. Coleman Benny Barton. Raquel Bean. Eric James Barron. Lucas Gores, with honors. Liam Brims. Glenn Douglas Candy. Ozench Janites, with honors. Ornvina Chachawal Guaran, with honors. Christine Ann Cordiano. Stuart Kroll. Radel Datour Cuenco. Christopher David Couteau. Sheldon Anthony Davis, with honors. Robin Dawson, with honors. Eric Durama, with honors. Justin Durashev. Jamshid Derwish. Sergio Diaz. Deborah Ann Ellis. Ma Alda Fadarugao, with honors. Anina Friedland, with honors. Wei Guo Gao. Jonathan Peter Gear, with honors. Taylor Alexandria Young. Stephanie Jara. John Enrico Javier. Swapnil Shankar Jogat. Matthew James Johnston. Daniel Jung. Tabitha Kelly, with honors. Tyler Sean Eric Kidgis. Sucharita Pomeroy. Dustin Patrick James Leak. Brian Queshon Leon. David J. Leroy. Mackenzie Lewis, with honors. O'Neill Louis Salvador Manabat. Saletta Innes McDade, with honors. Jeremy Lee Medja. Mark Andrew Mendoza.